So let's get started. Let's just get right into it. I have already moisturized my face. I have already put on my serum for the day, and I'm trying something new. I have already put on lashes. Now, I don't wear lashes every day. I typically only wear them on the weekend if I'm going to wear them, because I'm not good at putting them on, and they're such a pain, but I love them. I'm obsessed with them. I love long lashes. I think they're so pretty, and I don't have long lashes, so I fake it, and there you go. I'm gonna my skin feels really dry today for some reason. Probably the weather. It's freezing cold and it's windy outside, so that's probably it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to start with this Wet n Wild Water Drop Primer, and it comes in the cucumber scent. And I will say this, when you first put it on, it's no lie, it's cucumber, and it's pretty strong at first. I don't mind it because I love the smell of cucumber, and it does not last, I will say that. It's not like you're gonna walk around all day smelling cucumber. But at the very beginning, when you first put it on, it's pretty fragranty, if that is a word. But I like this primer because it says it's hydrating, and it is exactly that. Right now, as I'm even putting it on, my skin feels so much better on my face. It just feels really good. I may even try, I was going to say I may try keeping this in the fridge. I guess thinking about cucumber makes me think cold, and this would feel really good cold. But do you know what I would do? I would have that great idea, and I would put it in the fridge, and I would forget that it was there and never use it. So, not going to do that. I don't know if you noticed, but when I was putting my face primer on, I did not put it under my eyes, and I did not put it on my eyelids. That is because I have this that I use on my eyelids. It's an eyelid primer, and it's great. It takes very little. Well, I didn't show you how very little I used, but it was barely a drop. I mean, that right there is all I have left, and it's going to cover both eyes. And I'm just going to tap that in with my finger, because I'm a true believer in being very delicate and easy, being very delicate, that this skin around your eyes and skin under your eyes is very delicate, and you want to be very easy with it. You don't want to be tugging and pulling and beating in your eyes. So I try to be careful. And I'm going to put concealer down here. I'm not ready to do concealer yet, so I'm not going to do that yet. Now, I have the hardest time trying to find a foundation that I like. I have several, and I will like them for a week, and then I don't like them anymore. Something changes. I don't know if my skin just adapts that quickly to different kinds of formulas. I don't know if it's just me, if it just gets in my head and I think, oh well, need to go buy another foundation. I don't know. But the one I'm trying this week is this Becca. Maybe you can see that. And I've heard a lot about it from different influencers that I watch on YouTube. So I found it, and we're going to try it today. I've already worn this one time. I liked it okay. I found it not very hard, but I found it difficult to put on. I think you have to put it on with a sponge, with a beauty sponge. I'm not a sponge girl. I am a brush girl. So I don't have a sponge. So what I'm going to, well, I do, but it's old school. I'm going to use my stippling brush, and I'm going to go that route and see if it works any better. Am I ready? See, I'm about to forget something. Before I do any of this, I'm going to put on some setting spray. Now, people mostly like to use setting spray after they put their makeup on, and sometimes I will too, especially if it's hot during the summertime. But I like to use it after I put my primer and my eye base on, my eyeshadow primer on, because I just like to set it and lock it in. I feel like that puts another layer on there. So, hold on. I'm going to spray it. Actually, spray it on a brush and just pat it around your face. Even if you have to use a little bit more. I just feel like you're not spraying a ton of it into the air. I hear people say all the time when they're spraying their misting sprays or their setting sprays or whatever, and they'll make the comment, well, I don't feel like any of that got on my face. And I thought, well, you know what? You just wasted a whole lot of product for it not to be on your face. So, anyway, I just use a brush and put it on there. Okay. Now I'm going to dot this onto my skin. This looks, well, I'm going to dot a whole lot of that. At first, when I first used this, I thought, oof, this looks really light, and it's probably going to be too light for my complexion. I don't know what kind of sun-kissed goddess I think I am, but no, this works just fine. So, ooh, okay. So I'm just going to start some random place. I have the hardest time with the makeup on and around my nose. So I'm just going to start there. And I have this really red patch right between my eyes that is hard to cover sometimes. So I'm just going to, yeah, and I think, well, so far, the stippling brush is working better. But wow, this takes a minute. Let me change. You know what? I don't think I have all day to sit here and do this. Nor do I want to take all day to sit here and do this. Now, this is a weekend. I'm filming right now. Today is Sunday. And I can take a little extra time. But when I'm getting ready to go to work, there is 0 extra time. And that is strictly my fault. Because I don't allow for extra time. Okay, nope, this is not working. I'm going to get my brush and I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to attempt to smooth this out. And this is great. I have used this foundation a whole 2 times, and I already don't like it, and it's not going to work. And see, it's just so hard to blend out. What is wrong with this stuff? Anyway, what I was saying was, it's I'm not going to reach for it again. I can pretty much promise you that. I'm going to go ahead and put my concealer on, my very dark circles under my eyes, and let that set for just a little bit. just going to put it right there. Okay. Yeah, because I'm going to, I have 2 different concealers that I use, but there's 2 different purposes. So, all right. And the eyeshadow that I'm going to use today is by LA Colors, and it's the Rose palette. I don't reach for this often. First of all, let me show you what the inside of the palette looks like. It's very pretty. I love these colors. They are so pretty. I have to be very careful because I think that reddish and very, not purple, but pinks, very pink colors, red colors, I tend to have allergic reactions to those if I'm not careful. I can wear them. I just have to be very careful that if they have any fallout, that I don't let it get near my eyes. And I have to be very careful with anything that I put on the inner corner. And I hate that too, because I see people all the time on these tutorials that I watch, and they're like, oh, okay, I'm going to get this brighter white or silver or whatever color. I'm going to put it right here in the corner just to give a little pop of shimmer and brighten that up. And it really does, and I really love it, but I can't always do that because if that powder gets in my eyes, it's very irritating. So I typically just have to skip that step. Anyway, but this is the palette I'm going to use today. So I'm going to start out with my, I think I'm going to start with this color right here. I'm going to put it all over because I have these dark circles under my eyes, and then I also have them like in the corners and right along the bottom of that lid. So I just like to put something on here, one light color, just to even everything out. I've heard pros and cons for that. A lot of people say it's a waste of time to do that because then other shadow you're putting on there is just slipping all over the place. But that's the whole thing about wearing makeup, I think, is that you have to figure out what works for you and your face and your skin and the shape of your face. And even if everybody in the world says, no, don't do that, that's not a good thing to do. If it works for you and it makes you feel better, then do it. I mean, as long as you're not walking around looking crazy. Well, even if you are walking around looking crazy, if you want to look crazy, go look crazy. But I don't think many of us want to look crazy. And I think you understand what I'm saying. So I'm going to even this out using this one color, because that is what works for me. Done and done with that. Okay. Now I've let this concealer sit under here long enough, so I'm going to go ahead and take my brush that I like to use. This is actually a foundation brush, but I have another brush that I use. This is a Clinique brush. Wow, I didn't even know I had a Clinique brush. I like to use this for concealer, no matter where I put it on, not just under my eyes, but sometimes I'll put concealer down here, or I'll put it on this side of my chin. I'm not going to do that today. I don't want to. I don't want to take the time to do all that. And I'll use this brush to blend that out too. It's very, very soft, and I like it. And that's what I use it for. Okay, so earlier I forgot to do my brows, so let's go in and do that. Brows are new for me, because I've never done my brows before. I've never had them waxed. I've never had them plucked. I don't pluck them myself. Why don't I do that? Well, it hurts, and I don't want to hurt myself, much less have someone else hurt me. So I just never did it. I have a little electrical, no, it's not electric, it's battery operated, hair removal thing that I use right there and right over the top, and does what I need it to do. Main thing, doesn't hurt me. It is my friend. So that's what I use. going to take my spoolie, and I'm first going to go in the opposite direction. Why? I don't know, but I just see everybody on every tutorial I've ever seen do this. So that's what I'm going to do. Like I said, I don't know anything about brows because I've never fooled with them. And I'm still not going to fool with them a whole lot, but I have been shown, I have found out and seen for myself that darkening up your brows even just a little bit gives just a youthful look to your face. And the way I know that is because when I first heard it, I was like, yeah, okay, just sounds like an excuse to buy a brow pencil or whatever. But I saw a picture of myself when I was 20 or 21 years old, and the first thing that popped out at me was how dark my eyebrows were and how it just gave a youthful look. Now, of course, I was 20 or 21. That can also give you a youthful look, but that just what hit me, and I've been a believer ever since. Still not going to do a whole lot. Now, before I brush them out the way they're supposed to be, I'm just going to take this pencil. This is Jordana, and it's in brunette. One thing I have found out since I have been doing a little something to my eyebrows is that eyebrow pencils, gels, powders, anything can be very pigmented, and if you're not careful, you're going to end up walking around looking like Groucho Marx, and we don't want that. Well, some people might want that, and if you do, knock yourself out. I don't want to look like Groucho Marx, so we're going to be very, very careful. I'm just with a very light hand, just going to go in, and I'm really just going to put this in the places that I feel like need a little bit of filling in. And that's it. That's all I'm going to do. Now I'm going to come over here and do the same thing. And really, it's just this outer part, no, inner part right here. And a little bit on the top where I have to fill in a lot. A little bit more right there. That's it. Done. Now I am going to take my spoolie again, and just to even that out, I'm going to brush the brows back in the direction that they grow. And like I said, that will even out some of the pencil that I just put in there. Okay, done. Now I can put this away. Now we're going to go back to eyeshadow because I'm going to finish that. I am not doing anything today but cleaning house and going grocery shopping. So, well, I did put on lashes. So, I'm not going to do a very heavy look, but I do want some color up there because right now, part of my face just looks flat. And then this part right here that's been overly blessed is like, so yeah, we're gonna put some color on there. I think I'm gonna start with this color right here. Does it have the colors here on the back? It does not. Actually, it might, but I can't read that. So it is this color right here. All of these shades are going to be called this color right here. I'm going to start with the outer third of the lid. Literally just think of your eyelid in thirds. And then I'm going to blend this up onto the brow bone, not in the crease. I am going to put something in the crease, but not right now. The best way to do this, I have found, and I have learned by watching tutorials, when you just go in, when you're doing the outer corner, the outer third, point straight in, and I'm going to make little circles. And then as you start to come up here to the brow bone, angle your brush. You want to angle it. And I'll try to turn some kind of weird way so you can see what I'm talking about. And that way, and you can feel where your brow bone is. And just make little circular motions all across the brow bone. Now, you're not going all the way up here to the top. It's literally like right in the middle of, right underneath your brow and the crease. Little circular motions. And I would always start with the outer corner, because the first place you hit is going to be where you have the most pigment on your brush. Probably going to be where you get the most fallout too, so I hate it that I've already put concealer under my eyes. Well, that can be fixed, no worries. But that's where you're going to get your most color payoff. We're going to knock a little bit of the excess off. And you just want to continue that process until you feel like you have enough color. So the same thing on this side, the outer third, and move up to the brow bone. Little circular motions. And two, and I've found this with LA colors, they can be a hit and a miss. Sometimes you will get a palette that is highly pigmented and 1 or 2 rounds of putting your color on and you're done. And then sometimes you can run into one and you need to keep adding and keep adding and keep adding. But it's better to do it that way. I wouldn't load up on color, because it is much easier to add than it is to take away. And let me say this. I'm sitting here giving a lot of tips and sharing a lot of information, and 99.5% of the stuff that I'm saying are things that I've heard other people say, because I'm not a makeup anything. I don't do makeup, I wear makeup. That's what I do. But I do like to share. I feel like everybody can always learn something. And I like playing with makeup. I'm like a 3-year-old in my mama's dresser, just getting in all her stuff. And I've always, nope, I was going to say I've always loved it. I have not always loved it. I went through a time several years ago, as a matter of fact. I keep a baby wipe at my table so that when I'm done, I can just kind of clean off my brush a little bit. This is not how I clean my brushes. I actually have a brush cleaner that I use, and I try to clean my brushes once a week. I try to do lots of things once a week. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. But I do try to keep my brushes pretty clean, especially my foundation brushes. Anyway, back to the story. There was a time several years ago that I just didn't even want to bother with makeup. I cannot believe the times that I have gotten up to go to work, threw some powder on my face, and said, well, that's good enough, and just went on about my business. I'm over that now. Now for the very, very outer crease, outer corner of the eye and into the crease, I am going to use a darker color, but not a whole lot of it. I'm going to use this color right here. So I'm going to take, this brush might be too fluffy, but it's the one I like to use. I'm going to go in, knock off the excess, and I mean, I'm going to just barely put, I'm not even really going to move from this spot. I'm just going to make little circular motions. Now I'm going to move up to the crease. And remember when we talked about going on the brow bone, angle the brush. When you want to do the crease, go straight in. And that way, you're not messing up what you just put on the brow bone. but you are getting that color payoff in the crease. And what I like about doing that is putting that darker color in your crease. I feel like it just deepens your eye. It's almost like it pushes your eye back into your head, which sounds not attractive at all, but the look is good. Pick up a little bit more. And like I said, I'm really not even going to move out of this spot. I'm just going to make little circular motions, straighten out that brush, and go right into the crease. And again, like I said before, see, fallout. You have to be really careful, but I'm going to fix that in a minute. So same thing you do over here, you're going to do over here. So we're going to start, not going to move out of this space, and just go straight into that crease. Just like that. Okay. Going to get that off my brush. And now what I want to do is go back in with the first brush that we used when we put on the that very light color. Not going to add any to it. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to barely buff this out. I mean, I am barely touching my eyelid with this brush, but I don't want any stripes or harsh lines. So there we go. Okay, good enough. I'm just full of complaints today, but I don't know what's going on. It's like winter weather outside, freezing cold. Like I said, it's been snowing. And then my allergies are acting up. It's like something is blooming outside. There's nothing that can be blooming in this weather. I don't know anything about plants, but I'm just almost positive that there's nothing that could be blooming, nothing that could be making my eyes watery and crusty and goopy and my throat sore and making me sneeze. I don't know. Now I'm going to use my eyeliner. Remember when your parents used to say, do as I say, not as I do? That's probably going to apply here, because this might be a little controversial, the way I'm about to apply this. Controversial. We're not talking nuclear arms here, we're talking eyeliner. But anyway, as I've gotten older, I don't put anything on my bottom, on the bottom of my lashes anymore. I don't put eyeliner underneath my eyelashes. I don't put mascara down there, because I feel like that just closes up your eyes, and I want my eyes to be open and bright and shiny and all that kind of stuff. But I do still need something to help that area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Wet n Wild black eyeliner, and I'm going to roll it up about that much. Now, I'm going to lay the point of this eyeliner at the very corner of my eye, right underneath the waterline of my upper eye, and on the bottom right here. And to just be quick and easy, and to make sure I get this where I want it, I'm going to close my eye. I cannot talk while I do this, so just 1 minute. Okay, now, if you try this, you must be very careful, because what you don't want to do, and this is for anybody that's kind of squeamish, I'm sorry, but what you don't want to do is poke your eyeball. I mean, you don't want to be running a line of eyeliner across your eyeball, right? And the only way I know to say this is that you will be able to tell if you're doing that, because it's not going to hurt. It's not that kind of feeling, but you'll feel it, and it's weird. So, totally up to you. This is the way I do it for quick and easy. And I'm very careful, and I do not touch my actual eyeball with this pencil. So let me go on this side. Now I'm going to take my sponge. What usually happens is I end up with a ton right here in the corner. So I'm going to take the corner of this sponge. I'm just going to clean that up a little bit. Okay, I'm not going to do mascara yet because that's my most favorite thing, and I save it best for last. I'm going to get into my bronzer. I have this palette right here. It's Jessie's Girl. I have no idea. Y'all, honestly, I don't even remember where I bought this, but I love it. I wish I could remember where I bought it because it is wonderful. I love it. For contour, I'm going to go in with this darkest color. Now just bear with me. I'm going to look straight on into the mirror, as straight as I can. The way I'm about to do this contour, I just want to lift everything up and hide some stuff. Yeah, one of these days we're going to get this sucked out. I don't know when, but that's going to happen. Anyway, back to the makeup. Knock the excess off. So with this contour, I want to put my blush on my cheekbone, okay? So I'm going to go right up under there, and I'm literally going to go in that space right there. I'm not going to come all the way down. I'm not going to come down here for any reason. I'm going to start at the back. And again, circular motions. I'm going to move back and forth between that space. And that is all. I'm going to go up into the hairline. So now let me go. And that's it. That's all the contouring I'm going to do on that side. Same thing over here. Same space. Here's the cheekbone. I'm going to go right up under it. Just about that much. All right. Now remember, I haven't put any powder on yet. So this will be blended out a little bit. And now I'm going to go into my bronzer. And I've got a new one. Live Green. What I meant to say is I forgot where I bought it. It's really pretty. I'm not going to use a whole lot because it says it's illuminating, and it is. But I'm just going to start up here and make bigger circular motions. And I'm going to try to stay up close to the hairline. I'm going to come down here. Go in a little bit right there. Again, stay up close to the hairline. Come down here next to the eyes. And now I'm going to get up under that chin. For blush, I'm going to go in with, is this Estee Lauder? Yeah, Estee Lauder. Why am I showing you the lid? This is the color that I'm going to use, and it's called Rosewood Mocha. Yeah, Rosewood Mocha, and it's so pretty. Honestly, I'm not going to tell you how long I've had this blush, because you're probably not supposed to keep even powders for that long, but I love this color. So now for blush. Here's the cheekbone. I'm not going to come all the way down here. Again, I'm going to keep right to this section right here because I want to lift this up. So, and I'm going to try to stay between where this point, the middle of my eyebrow, down to if you drew a line down from where the corner of my eye is down here, I'll make it a little further than that. But, and again, I'm looking straight into this camera. Straight into the camera. I'm looking straight into the mirror. I can't talk or do things today. I don't know what's wrong with me. Okay, let's go on this side. Same thing. And now, go into my next to the last favorite thing is powder. Like I said, I was a child of the 80s. We did everything in excess. I would live in powder if I could because I love it. And I particularly like this Wet n Wild Photo Focus. And right now I'm using translucent 5. It's either, y'all, this is sad. It's either 5208 or 520B. One of them. So anyway, I'm just going to take, now this is where I'm really going to, I'm going to concentrate. I am going to hit under my eyes just a bit. I mean, I'm going to do one pass and that's it, unless I get to talking and not paying attention to what I'm doing. And I may go again, but my intention is to only go under my eyes once. But this is where I'm really going to start, and I'm just going to pat this contour and blush, and up here a little bit. Anywhere I feel like it looks a little heavy, I'm going to powder it to death. No makeup influencer or makeup artist. I'm not going to say no because there are people who bake. I'm not going to get into that because I think it's for the young kids. Why they do it, I'm not sure. But anyway, you're not going to find many that will say, oh, just use all the powder you can. Not really, but I love it. But I am going to take a clean brush now and just go over this. Get some of the excess off. Okay, last and favorite thing, brows. Now, no, lashes. I told you in the beginning I already have lashes on. So this is going to be fun. Trying to curl them with mine without pinching myself, which I'm doing right now. Okay. Did that stay? Mm-hmm. And I would tell you what lashes I'm using, but I've already put them away, and this video's been long, and I don't remember. So, I feel like that corner's trying to come up there. Oh well, deal with that another time. Now for mascara, what I love to do, I love mascara. I would wear so much mascara that would look like I had 4 lashes by the time I got through. I'm not going to do that, but, and again, what I'm trying to accomplish is to lift all this up. So, I'm going to put very little. It's going to be like a gradient. I'm going to start out in this corner, and it's going to be very little. And as I go out toward the outer corner, I'm going to put more. A lot. Probably more than any of you will want to use. But that's the way I like to do it. So, start out very little. I'm going to move to the center. And then I'm going to move toward the outer. And I'm really going to concentrate out here, because I feel like doing this accomplishes exactly what I want it to do. I do feel like it's lifting. I don't know if it's because maybe it's just kind of like drawing your eye out that way. I don't know. I don't know what it does or how it does it. I know what it does. I don't know how it does it. I love it. Ooh, I have a little. Okay. Same thing over here. Okay. I actually would go in and put more than that, but I'm trying to hurry. Okay, for the lips. Today, I think all I'm going to do is I'm just going to line. Ooh, not that one because it's not sharp. This is Color Mates. It's SF48. It doesn't really say what color it is, but that was the number on it. Just gonna line the lips. I'm not gonna overline, except right there where I just messed up. I'm not gonna overline. I'm not against it. I will do it if I'm glamming up and going out somewhere for the evening, which we don't do anymore. For the pencil I'm gonna use, I'm gonna use another lip liner to go in there. I'm gonna use LA Colors. It's a nude color, sort of a peachy nude. And I'm just gonna fill in just like that. Just roll that out a little bit more. Okay. Now that feels pretty dry on my lips right now. So I'm also going to get this LA Colors. I'm not going to use a lot. I'm just going to tap like right here. And up here. And that's it. I just don't like for my lips to feel dry and hard. And that's literally all I need. So let's take this hair down and finish this up. Wow, that's pretty. Get out my hairspray. This is my tried and true hairspray. I don't use anything but this. It's Tresemme, and it's extra hold, extra firm control. I love this. It holds your hair in place, but it's not sticky or goopy. So if I don't like it and I need to go brush it out and start over, I can do that. Like I may have to here in a minute. What is going on here? What is happening? Oh, one more wonderful thing about winter time is all of the static that gets in my hair and my clothes. Okay, you know what? We're gonna spray this a little bit. I mean, look at all this flyaway. That is ridiculous. And two, I need a haircut. Oh my goodness, do I need a haircut? I need to be able to see in my mirror. And I'm just gonna spray this, and yes, I'm using a lot of hairspray, and I do not care. Like I said, child of the 80s, we did everything to excess, and apparently I didn't learn to not do some things. Some things I don't do to excess anymore. Anyway, finally, this is your finished look. Makeup done, hair as good as it's gonna get. And I'm gonna go about my day, and I hope you all have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for spending this time with me. I know it was a long one, but I feel like maybe it was entertaining, I guess. And maybe we learned some things, and you can teach me some things, so please give me a thumbs up and share something in the comments if you have any makeup tips or hair tips that you would like to share with me. Leave them in the comments. I'll read them all day long. But anyway, I'm going to go get my stuff done that I need to do, and I'll see you later.